on a really awesome topic: how to open quantum doors to propel your business to the next level of money and flow. So everybody wants to understand this magic, right? Like, how do we create this amazing leap in our business when you don't want to work any harder? You don't want to use marketing strategy that doesn't fit you. You don't want to twist yourself into something that is not you. Instead, you want to actually up level feeling good. You want to up level feeling like, hey, this is me living my destiny. This is me having a successful business, earning money, doing the very thing I'm meant to do, so that it feels like you're actually doing your spiritual work and you're getting paid well for it. So let me know where you guys are watching from, and hashtag replay if you're watching me on replay later on. Would like to know. So today we're talking about how to open quantum doors to propel your business to the next level of money and flow. So you might be noticing that even though you are getting some high quality clients, you're not getting as many as you would like to be part of your offers. So you're showing up on social media, you're doing all the correct things, like you have paying clients and your business is generally working, but it feels hard. Like, how do I get this next level client to sign up for my offers? Or maybe you're experiencing a lot of these magical synchronicities in your life, and you love when that happens, right? Like when you did not look for it, but somebody just showed up. You did not do anything for it that you can think of linearly, and yet there was a client. You didn't even know where the client came from, or somebody referred someone to you, or maybe it's in your personal life. Maybe it's happening in connection with your relationships and friendships or opportunities. When these synchronicities create magical events and you're not sure how you did it. So because of it, you don't really know how to replicate it, but wouldn't that be cool to apply that somehow into your business so that it actually feels like, oh my God, I can get this amazing thing to happen in my business. So then instead of like, okay, magic is over here and business is hard work, it becomes that, oh, magic can be everywhere. And by magic, I don't mean like sitting there and making some potion or, invoking some spirit. I mean synchronicities of life, when we create from the quantum field using non-linear creation. This is when instead of having step 1, step 2, step 3, and then the outcome, you kind of envisioned something and you did some steps, and then something came completely from a direction maybe you didn't even expect, and it's even better than what you imagined. That's the kind of magic I'm talking about. It's a quantum creation magic. So that experience actually could exist in your business if you know how to correctly harness the type of a potential that you came in with. So maybe you internally already feel like you're totally aligned with charging, let's say 5,000 or maybe 20,000 for your offers. Like, yes, this is what I'm meant to do. I'm good at what I do. I'm an expert. I'm awesome. But then you kind of struggle with how to actually make that happen. And maybe you try to raise your prices, but it doesn't quite happen. And then you're wondering, how do I open these quantum doors when I actually get to charge, let's say 10,000 for my offer? Like, somehow other people know how to do this. And for you, even though you're that good, that the experience I give my clients is absolutely freaking amazing. But how do I go from smaller fee to a higher fee? There's some things that you think you don't know there. And yes, there is of course some business strategy that's involved and components that are more on the business scale itself, like the actual sales process and so on. But a lot of it is your energetics, how you show up in your life and in your business, that is going to create that experience that right now you're not having. So in the end, it kind of ends up like you're with this inconsistent income. Like some months maybe you generate 5,000, other months 10, maybe even more. Then maybe you go down to 3, then maybe again 5. So it kind of feels like random, and you're good, and clients do show up and sign up, and when they are part of your world, it's awesome and you're loving that energy flow. but somehow it doesn't seem to be predictable. It doesn't feel like there's any certainty, so kind of like you can't count on it, and because of it you feel nervous on the inside, like, oh my god, what will happen next month, right? Because, you know, this month, wow, this was amazing, so that means the next month will be the same, and then it's not. And then you start kind of wondering, like, maybe it's my fault, maybe I didn't do something, what am I missing? Like, put one in the comments if that's your story. If you're noticing that you kind of start doubting yourself, you're starting to wonder, what am I missing? Some people go into frantic overdoing at that point, trying to fix, do a lot of marketing activities, keeping really busy like a hamster in a wheel, in an attempt to somehow create that predictability in your business and make the flow. So you know in your heart of hearts you're meant for bigger things. Like, you can tell that in your being. You're not somebody who likes to do something small. You're probably an overachiever in general in your life. You probably always had a bigger vision, right? And you were probably always brave, like going for it. So here you are going for it, and you're kind of wondering, like, what's going on? Why is it not quite... why can't I seem to get there? Even though I seem to be doing everything correctly. So when your business is already at the stage that you are generating income and you're bringing people in and something is happening and you want to quantum leap further, that means that something needs to adjust internal, and knowing that you're meant for greatness, that you're meant for bigger things, is a really important factor of that. Because if you are in that place of trying to do the next level and it's not quite working, and even though you're generating income, it's inconsistent and you're sort of not at the place when you feel stable in your business, and so you start to doubt yourself, right? We get frustrated, like, why is it not here yet? And then sometimes overwhelmed because just so many things happening and you're trying to do so many things at once, probably testing every strategy that there is under the sun in attempt to figure out what's the right one, somehow that would, you know, work for you. And that creates a lot of pressure too, especially if you know in your heart of heart that you're meant for bigger things, because that's the part that then propels us forward. It makes this thing that says, like, hey, I know I'm supposed to be sort of at the next level, so why am I still here? So there is a pressure there. And worst of all, you kind of start to doubt, like, are you even the person that can make that happen? Like, are you even the person that can have that kind of a success in your business? Doubt, like, if you ever gonna have a consistent flow. Doubt if you can sell those high level offers to a higher quality client. Maybe doubt that serving at that highest level with ease, with flow, that all of that might be just like an idea that they sell on the internet, but in reality it's just all really, really hard. So that's obviously not so. There are ways when you can have the ease and the flow, and I'm not one of those people that's going to tell you, oh, business is easy, you just like meditate or intend and it happens. No, you got to do the work, and there's plenty of it. But there's a difference in how we do it and what kind of work. So if it's a correct work that's matching you correctly, then the experience in your business is actually kind of ease and flow and glorious. It feels like, yes, I'm in the right place in the right time. I'm living my destiny. I'm serving at the highest level. But when that alignment is not there, then we do a lot of material strategies without that higher component, and it doesn't work. So there is a solution to all of this. But before I tell you the strategy that will help you open these quantum doors and create that momentum in your business so that you can have this ease and flow we're talking about, and more money and flow as well, I'm going to ask you some questions so that you can tune into yourself and actually kind of sense, like, where am I with this? So do you believe that you are the person who can do this? Who can expand your business to multiple six figures and be at that next level? Do you believe yourself to be that person? Do you believe that even if there are no external results yet? How long will you be able to believe that you are the person who are meant to create that, that can create that, without the external proof? So how long? Put that in the comments. Like, is it a year? Is it a month? Is it a day? Is it an hour? Can you believe for 5 minutes and then you start worrying that where's the external proof and then go into the fixing mode? So how long can you believe that you are the person who can create this and hold that belief without external proof? So whatever those things are that you just answers, those answers show you who you are being energetically in your life. So are you being the person who's fully committed internally and externally to your success? Are you always being that identity? No matter what, all the time? Or do you falter as soon as you don't see the result? Do you start wobbling and suddenly you're not that identity anymore? You're not being that person anymore? So what we just looked at, see, this is the story of who you are. This is the story that you're telling yourself about yourself. And stories is sort of like a mental construct that's actually energetically a vibratory range. So it's something that allows you to see yourself in reality as something. Kind of like in a movie, right? What kind of movie you choose to watch, and then what kind of a role you would play in the movie if you were an actress. So the same thing energetically in a quantum field. So everything is energy, and within that energy you are a conscious being that's dreaming up a story, and that story can be either empowering or disempowering. It's all made up anyway. We literally make ourselves up by choosing how we're going to perceive reality. We perceive reality through a filter. It's sort of like different color glasses through which you're looking at reality. So are your glasses going to be, more harmonious and positive about who you are, or are they going to be not so harmonious? So that story you're telling yourself about who you are in your reality. So for example, you might be saying, I'm amazing, I'm awesome, everything is great, but if the client didn't sign up for your offer, then suddenly you go into, oh, maybe I'm not good enough. Or maybe my offer is not good enough. Or maybe my price is wrong. Like, put 2 in the comments if that's your experience. Or maybe it's like, oh, I'm not quite sure what value I bring to my clients. I just know that I'm good. And then when they have great result, then I know that I have amazing value. But if my client kind of doesn't really have a good result, then I start doubting my value and I don't really know what I do. And then I just go into overgiving in attempt to kind of fix it for the client. So put 3 in the comments if that's your experience. That's all different identity stories that we tell ourselves about. So in the first one, you were in the emotional reaction, and in the second one, you were in an insecurity. Another one example could be, I've been doing everything and I'm still somehow not attracting the next level clients. So I just feel so bad about it. I don't know what to do. So I'm going to do everything and then go into frantic overdoing in attempt to fix it because it feels not safe that you're not getting your goals. So put 4 in the comments if that's your experience. Kind of like pushing harder. Or maybe you're the opposite type. Maybe you're the type that says, well, I've tried to sell my high ticket offer and it's just not working. So that might mean I'm just not meant to do this. I just need to step away from my business and just kind of give myself this big pause and everything and not think about it. Maybe that's not even the thing I'm meant to do. So that would be avoiding, right? That's also a reaction. All those things, they show an inconsistency in a specific belief about your reality. Right? So the solution about like how to open these amazing quantum doors so that you can actually quantum leap your business to the whole next level is that you have to be consistently in a story that is written around your success. Okay? That is a very important piece here as far as the components of that sentence. Be consistently in a story that's written around your success. Okay, so remember, story is a vibrational range. Story is essentially how you see yourself in your reality. And that's also how we create our reality, by the way. And being, that's about embodiment. Everybody talks about embodiment, but most people don't really know what it means. Embodiment is kind of like you fully have to become that person as if it already happened, even though it has not happened yet. So it sounds kind of like a pretend, but not a mental pretend. It's more in your body. Like if you use that muscle when you imagine, let's say, like if you were ever on a vacation where you were swimming in the ocean, let's say, and now you can tune into how it felt swimming in the ocean. So now your body can remember the experience of swimming in the ocean. That would be embodying the experience by utilizing your memory. So you can do the same thing, not from the past, but into the future. Exactly the same way of doing it. Consistency, right? Like be consistently the person in a story that's written around your success. So consistency part, that's essential because that holds a specific vibratory anchor in the quantum field. And the more you hold that anchor, the more you can then magnetize to you the type of experiences that create ease and uplift the momentum and open these quantum doors. And the success part is also essential because so often we don't focus on the success, we focus on the failure or whatever we label failure. There's no really such thing, but we focus on things that don't work. We focus on like, oh, how do I fix this? Like, let's say if you're having thoughts, how do I get more clients? How do I do this? How do I, all those things that are like, I'm not there yet. How do I get there? That in itself, like put a 5 in the comment if that's your reality, that is actually focusing on things that don't work instead of focusing on success. So success is a specific anchor point that's based on how your body experiences that. So being the person who can hold that is essential. But obviously you're not going to be the person who can hold that consistently because, you know, as soon as something doesn't work the way you want it, you kind of go down with the emotional wave, right? Instead of holding that energy of, yep, I'm amazing, I know I'm meant for bigger things, this is what's going to happen, and it might happen tomorrow, it might happen next month, it might happen next year, but I'm committed, this is what I'm doing, and I feel good about doing it. And then your business grows. Instead of being that consistently, you're wobbling, you're going up and down with self-doubt, with all sorts of searching for a solution and the right answer as if there's some one strategy that's going to be the key and so on. All those pieces are sabotage for that quantum frequency anchor, which then does not open the quantum doors. So if you want to create the opening, that also means that you must be in that energy consistently. And, you know, without consistency, it doesn't quite work. That's the fine print on the whole law of attraction that people kind of miss. By the way, this is what I do with my clients. I literally help them create a most harmonious story about themselves possible that has the most amount of success, like pick the timeline, that's the ultimate, and then anchor themselves in that timeline consistently, like literally create from that place. And then that begins to open up for them. So for the ones who don't know me, I'm Eugenia Oganova. I'm Wealth Energetics Business and Marketing Coach. So what that means is I help you save years of pressure and forcing yourself into ineffective strategies and actually do only what works for you based on your unique soul design, based on that specific quantum note that you meant to bring here, that you're capable of, that is your next level, and how to hold that frequency consistently to then create from that focused intention whatever you desire in your business. And I specialize with people who have their business at the level of this, sometimes 3,000, sometimes 5,000, sometimes 10,000, and kind of like up and down and not consistent, to maximize, stabilize, and grow to 6 figures and beyond in a very harmonious way, in a way that feels like you're actually living what you came here to live, not doing whatever it is just to catch up, just to make it, which is really a lot of pressure. And especially women, we really don't like that. We need a lot of space in our life and our businesses in order to create. So you need a solid business strategy in a third dimension here in order to have your business functioning. But that strategy needs to match your unique way. Otherwise, it's going to feel hard. And it's possible to kind of push through to get towards 6 figures that way, but it's not possible to go beyond 6 figures without modifying pushing. That pushing, pressure, forcing, that only works at the lower level of your business. And, you know, everybody does it kind of at the beginning because you're testing and trying things. But once you get to 70, 80, 100,000 and so, this is where, in order to actually go beyond, like if you know you're meant for bigger things, if you know you're aligned to charge like 10,000 or 20,000 for your offers, well, if that's in your field, that means that is actually part of your possibilities. That is one of your timelines. And if you know that that's what you want, you're not gonna get there by pushing harder. You're only gonna get there by opening these quantum doors and working with self. This is what I see so much, is that at the beginning, a lot is about strategy, like just figuring out basic business strategy. But once you got enough strategies and you kind of know what's working and you have paying clients and you get results and all that, and then you want to go beyond, that's where pretty much it shifts into doing personal development work, doing internal growth. I always say that entrepreneurship is kind of like an ascension school. You're like ascending yourself to the next level of frequency constantly. And it could be very confronting at times because you're constantly seeing reflection through the work you're putting out, through what you're seeing coming back at you. And that's actually a good thing, because that then propels you like to the next level of yourself. And with that, your income can grow, and the level, the quality of your service. So that's kind of the most important thing. I mean, I know it's business, so we all want the money part, and the flow is the experience. But really, service is kind of the highest note of that. Like most women who are doing business at 6 figures and multiple 6 figures, they're not doing it for money. They're doing it because of service. And yes, of course, money is great, but money is sort of like a byproduct, a side effect of serving at the highest level. Like all the clients I work with are highly self-aware women who are doing this internal work, and they usually in a spiritual niche, so they spiritual coaches or they personal transformation experts, and their businesses have kind of intangible results. So it's not ROI in the form of money, it's a ROI in the form of some sort of a personal development. It's something that their clients get that transforms their lives amazingly, but it might be hard to put in words. So part of the work that I do with my clients is we help to clearly articulate the value of your intangible work so that you can combine a solid business and marketing strategy with powerful energetics to pull towards you that ultimate timeline that you actually want to create from, so that you can open these quantum doors and leap in your business instead of spending years and years and all these detours trying all these things and taking all these courses and trying to apply cookie cutter strategies, which I totally don't believe in that. I think every person is unique. If you want to be a snowflake, you get to be a snowflake. There's only one like you. You're one-time, unique, universal event, the composite of things. But that also means that the strategies will be unique to you. It still means that you take something that's existent, but you have to modify it to fit you specifically. That's part of what I do with my clients, is like we literally translate this whole multi-dimensional realm that they're tuning into something tangible and practical in a third dimension that can generate amazing income, that they can feel this flow and momentum and working at the highest level of their capacity possible, like serving at the highest level. So all of that together opens the quantum doors because you internally actually consistently holding a specific frequency range. So if you're noticing that what I'm saying is kind of hitting home and you're like, yeah, I need to figure out a business strategy that's actually tailored to me, marketing strategy that's tailored to me. I know I'm meant for bigger things, but no matter what I do, it seems to not quite get me past the level of income I'm already at. Like maybe you got to a certain place, like almost 6 figures or 6 figures, and then every time you try to go further, it's like you're just forced to work harder and it's not working. So you're trying the same tools that you've been using before and kind of worked for you, but they're not working further. So if you're noticing that this is what you're looking for, then I invite you to apply to work with me. So let's set up a free conversation. It's a business soul strategy call where I will look at your business and we will literally do like an appraisal of it, like a diagnosis of what's working and what's not and why. So I can show you what's aligned with your natural way, with your soul design, and what is not. what is something that you actually meant to be doing and what is something that kind of doesn't really work and doesn't need to happen and it's just a waste of your time. And then we can create a plan as to how you can get to the place that you're right now not quite able to get to, but get there with ease and feeling good about yourself and your business. So the link is in the description of this video. Click that link. It will get you to a questionnaire where you'll answer some questions so I can kind of see where you are in your business. And then let's chat. And then we'll see if what you have and what I offer are a match. Because if it is, then I can show you what I can do for you to really get your business to that next level. And if it's not, then you will get a lot of experience just by understanding sort of what's aligned and what's not in your business. So definitely invite you to apply to work with me so that you can open these quantum doors with ease and feel good in your business by upscaling it, by moving it further into multiple six figures and doing so the way that works for you, that is uniquely matching you. Okay? My love to you.